On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Oh, wait. On the third night of Hanukkah, Laura Loomer gave to me. I guess actually technically it would be the second night since it was yesterday that all this went down. What in the motherfuck is up, fam of liberty? And everyone else watching this video who's not following our channel for some inexplicable, mystifying reason, it's your new best friend Big Sarge, the artist formerly known as Admin Tim. I'm the founder of the Sons of Liberty, and that's my cat Mikey. If you're new to this channel, I know that the beard and the logo probably fool you, so let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck neo-Nazi sympathizer Elon Musk. Fuck GOP politicians. And fuck the billionaire elite class that has its fucking boot on the neck of just about every American citizen. This channel and its comment sections are not a safe space for bootlicking simps for a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, Wish.com fascist oligarch, failed insurrectionist, wannabe authoritarian tyrant. Now you know where I stand on things? Good. Alright, so if you're still here, and you're not frantically rage typing into the comments box like the triggered snowflake Kool-Aid drinking cultist crybabies that MAGA is, then maybe consider following this channel after you watch the video. Or don't, I don't care. Remember how like a few months ago I cut a couple of videos asserting that Laura Loomer and Donald Trump were definitely fucking and that she'd been living at Mar-a-Lago? Remember how shortly after that, Laura Loomer appeared to have been removed from the Trump campaign and she got all quiet and meek real fast? About that same time, the world's richest sociopath and billionaire, but I repeat myself, seemingly entered the political arena by giving hundreds of millions of dollars to Vice President Trump's campaign, and both J.D. Vance and Laura Loomer were suddenly off the stage. Yes, I did in fact say Vice President Donald Trump. Well, guess what, fam? Trump stuck his dick in Crazy, and sure enough, Crazy is back and beating on the door. Laura Loomer has been going on a fucking tirade on Twitter, and it is fucking glorious. She's calling out all these tech bro billionaires and obscenely wealthy millionaires who are suddenly part of Trump's incoming administration. She is absolutely on the warpath. Elon Musk fired back that she's just trolling and wants attention, says the guy who spent $44 billion fucking dollars so that people would be forced to pay attention to his tweets, and that everyone should ignore her. So she seems to have struck a nerve, and she's not showing any signs of slowing down. Twitter is free and doesn't require you to be logged in or to have an account in order to read her tweets. So I encourage you to go immerse yourself in the total batshit crazy bullshit that is. I make rant videos for not a living, more of like a hobby, and I can recognize game. This, holy shit. You gotta fucking see this shit to believe it. I can only post like so many screenshots before I start running out of fucking space. So like normally MAGA is really fucking good about not biting the hand that feeds it. Laura Loomer continues to assert that she's a Trump loyalist and that it's her and the forgotten American workers and patriots and not Elon Musk and the tech bro billionaires that have been there from the beginning. And she calls out Musk's previous voting records and all kinds of shit. But what she apparently doesn't realize, or maybe she just doesn't fucking care, is that accusing Shadow President Elon Musk of having paid his way into Vice President Donald Trump's inner coterie looks just as bad for Velveeta Voldemort as it does for Lex Luthor, Elon Musk. Probably more so because essentially she's basically accusing Trump of being a sellout. Or maybe she's calculating that by turning Vice President Trump's voter base against the shadow puppet master, that she'll get rid of this guy that nobody fucking elected. So here's the thing. Elon Musk is a vindictive, petty little bitch, and that fits in well with Vice President Trump's entire existence. Remember how Elon Musk fell from grace? There were like a whole bunch of kids in Thailand, I think, that were trapped in like an underground tunnel that was starting to fill with water. They didn't have a lot of time, so Elon Musk suggested using one of his tunnel boring machines or some, I don't fucking remember exactly the details. Anyway, like he designed these things, or he had them designed for him, since billionaires never do any real work. So the guy who's in charge of the rescue like rejected it and was like, no, that's not going to work. So what does Elon Musk do? Immediately goes on the attack, calls him a pedophile, and anyone who wasn't already like a Tesla Elon cultist was like, wait, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? And it was in that pivotal moment that Elon Musk became a supervillain. Exactly like how Obama publicly humiliated Donald Trump for the whole birth certificate bullshit at the White House press dinner, and Trump started running for office. That was his moment. Now, to be clear here, Laura Loomer is still an insane, hate-filled piece of shit who tells lies, spreads false information, peddles conspiracy theories, and is one of the worst people in MAGA land. But you can weaponize weapons-grade dumbfuckery, and that's exactly what needs to happen here. We all need to amplify her bullshit to our MAGA friends and relatives and associates in pretty much any spaces that you've infiltrated. Yes, that was definitely a secret message to some of the fam of liberty. Because whatever she's doing, it's fucking working. People are taking notice that she's calling out all these tech bro oligarchs like Musk and Vivek. Trump went on an unhinged rant with big stompy feet about how he's the president, nobody else is, and some other insane, hateful shit. And yet he is still doing exactly what Musk wants. And eventually Trump will turn on Musk like he turns on everybody else, and that's going to be fucking spectacular. But in the meantime, we've got Vladimir Putin in Russia trying to basically rebuild the USSR so that he has a powerhouse to ease some of the sanctions. He's banking on the US failing and not being able to stop him. NATO intelligence suggests that they've captured one of the totally not Russian ships that totally wasn't cutting internet cables. NATO intelligence also suggests that Russia is trying to build up an invasion force to start recapturing former Soviet satellite countries. Now the other countries, with the exception of the US, are starting to call out Russian interference in their elections and are rejecting these tampered results. Russia building up an invasion force is kind of wild if you think about it, though, because half of their shit is broken if it's not already archaic. And they've lost so many people getting bodied in Ukraine that I'm not sure Russia has the ability to pull off yet another front. They're basically relying on the fact that the U.S. is going to collapse inwardly and not be able to muster a warfighter response, and that everybody else will roll over. So basically, Putin's best buddy and now U.S. shadow president Elon Musk has to do everything he can to squelch MAGA dissent, and since he can't win any popularity contest because of what a complete dickhole he is, he has to buy friends like Richie Rich did in that movie. The fact that Vice President Trump basically sold him the presidency so he can avoid going to prison pretty much assures me that we're about to get royally fucked. There's no salvation here, fam of liberty. Nobody is coming to save us. We're less than a month from the inauguration, and all this 14th Amendment bullshit is like, I don't know. What the fuck is everyone thinking? The wheels don't turn that fast. I'd love to be wrong here, but there's no 11th hour play that dark branding can work. Republicans are a monolith, and even with the infighting, there's not a lot of hope for me that enough of them will cross the aisle to put a stop to this. That's their party, and if they're still Republican politicians, they made their fucking bed, and they will die mad about it. Obligatory disclaimers. If you like the shirts or the hoodie that I wear in my videos, some of them, but not all of them, are available in the Sons of Liberty merch store, which is listed in the link tree in our TikTok and YouTube channel description. On YouTube, it's also in the video description. New shirt designs should be live today, and tactical vinyl patches should be in my hands by Monday. The resistance starts with us. To that end, we begin organizing local Sons of Liberty chapters by region. Please don't ask in the comment section if we have chapters in such and such states. Get on Discord. Rule number 1 of Sons of Liberty Fight Club is that we don't talk about Sons of Liberty Fight Club. I have a whole ass video on a subject called OPSEC. Some of y'all need to watch it. Some of you need to rewatch it several times. We're doing all the things on the Sons of Liberty Discord server because that way social media oligarchs can't deplatform us or mute or censor our content. On our Discord server, you can hang out with the admin team, the rest of the fam of liberty, provided you're not a dickhead. Discord is not just a chat platform, though. We have sections for gamers, but we also have sections for regions and helpful resources where you can learn about self-defense, firearms, canning and jarring, preserving food, your contingency plans for when shit hits the fan. Maybe you accidentally ended up pregnant, or maybe somebody forced it upon you, and now that legislation is being passed that says you have to have this baby, maybe you decide before you have the baby that, I don't know, you'd really like to go camping as sort of like your last nod before motherhood. And maybe you want to go camping with some aunts and uncles that you've recently become acquainted with. That's what our Discord server is for, things like that. It's not just for resistance, but it's also for, like, you know, people with shared interest and beliefs coming together to help one another. To that end, we also use Signal. And to get vetted for Signal so that those encrypted comms can't be cracked open, you get vetted through Discord. So that's why I continually urge you, get on our Discord. Anyway, so like we have channels for veterans and off-topic stuff like posting music and memes. You can get updates from our social media, which makes our Discord a little bit ping heavy, but you can disable the pings. It's very easy. There's a whole channel devoted specifically to pings. You just click a button. But if you need further assistance, you can go into the ticket section and submit a ticket. The invite link to our Discord is in the Throatpunch at the end of this video and every other video. It's also in the YouTube video description and in the TikTok and YouTube channel descriptions. If you like our video content, then we would appreciate it if you would follow us on all of our other socials, whichever ones that you've got. The various socials that we have are listed in the Throatpunch at the end of all of our videos and in the link tree, which can be found on the channel description. On YouTube and TikTok, we would also appreciate it if you would subscribe, like, and get notifications on our channel. A little bit different process on TikTok, but if you're on TikTok, fuck that place any goddamn way. You can help us extend our reach by sharing our video content on all of your socials. You can help us beat the algorithm by leaving us at least 7 words in the comments section. 7 words is the magic number for George Carlin references and Deftones songs, but also for the algorithm to decide that your engagement on our content is meaningful and that it should therefore suggest our videos and our channel to people who watch the same things that you watch. And that works on other social media platforms. So in places where you have social media and you support your favorite content creators like Big Sarge and the admins of Liberty, then remember that. If you watch this video all the way to the end and somehow, for some fucking reason, you still don't have anything to say except like, oh yeah, or LOL, or some fucking emojis and shit, then, but you still want to support Big Sarge and the algorithm and leave a comment, then the phrase, I made it to the end, Big Sarge, is actually 8 words. And yes, I do, in fact, watch the video as soon as it's posted, and I will sit there and spam the refresh button looking for people who are like, I made it to the end, Big Sarge, 5 minutes after a 15-minute video is posted. No, you didn't. I see you. 2 claps and a rick. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Woo! Mikey did not even flinch.
And now it's time for the Throatpunch!
So normally, like, MAGA is really fucking good about not biting the hand that it feeds. Or feeds it, whatever, I don't know.